Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Senior Living with Syed. I'm your host, Syed Rizvi. I'm a certified senior advisor and a certified dementia practitioner. I work with seniors and families to help them figure out the senior living options, more specifically assisted living, memory care, and personal care homes. Today on our show we have Ms. Daintee Dietz. She is a Medicare insurance consultant with PRS Insurance Solutions, and we'll be listening to her, understanding what all is insurance consultant and what her background and her future plans are. So please welcome Daintee to our show.
Hi, I'm Daintee Dietz. I'm with PRS Insurance Solutions. We are a woman-owned insurance broker out of Dallas, Texas. I am the local Houston senior advocate. We specialize in Medicare Advantage, supplement, prescription drug plans. Well, a little bit about my background, where I'm from. Was born and raised in Conroe. Don't live too far away. I went from Conroe to College Station to college to Cypress, Texas. So I work all over the state and all over Houston, but the northwest side of town is home to me. Grandparents on both sides, most of them were all born and raised in Conroe, as well as my parents. And my dad lives in East Texas, moved there when I was little, so that's where I grew up with all the animals. I'm a huge animal lover, learned to hunt when I was very young, all of those things. So, those have always been big aspects that might surprise people that, believe it or not, I have country girl roots, and love every minute of it. That's why I'm so involved with the rodeo. I got started in the industry about 6 years ago. I was in college, worked for an insurance company with different types of plans, and always have been interested in the health and industry. And so I decided to focus on the senior route. And so about 6 years now, but I love every minute of it. So my interest has always been in health and fitness. My family growing up had a dance studio, and I was classically trained in ballet since the age of 2. So that was something that was just part of my life. So health and fitness all around. I'm also a certified personal trainer. So I've always been interested in all facets of it. So when I got back into the insurance business, naturally the health side was of interest, just because I was trying to live that and preach that to those around me, and specifically in the senior population to help with some preventative care and things like that. So I really tried to focus on that with my continuing education, instead of doing sports athletes like I used to do. Focus on the senior population to try to assist there for longevity and flexibility and things like that. Most people, when they are ready to transition, whether it be because they're working or turning 65, get bombarded with mail and commercials and all kinds of misinformation that can be very overwhelming. We sit down complimentary with our clients, and as brokers, we work with all the different companies. So we find out what your personal needs are, kind of share what that transition to Medicare on its own is going to do for you, and then help you weed out, to find the journey that's best for you. People look at commercials and you're going to get 15 seconds of only what one company offers. While that may be fantastic, if your doctor's prescriptions and needs don't fit into those great benefits, it's useless. So we navigate all of that. We filter it out, weed it out through all the different options, and give you, a few final options that seem to work best for your needs. And then we also do a review annually to make sure that is still appropriate for you for the following year. We do that complimentary. We're always looking to make sure that you're where you need to be. Do we need to make a change? Have your needs changed? Has your plan changed? Have the rules and laws changed? So we're looking out for all of that. And again, that's always a complimentary service that we do. When someone calls me, whether it's a referral from a doctor, referral from a client currently, someone that I meet, a neighbor, somebody that's in a company plan that would like to come off their plan and navigate to Medicare, whatever that is, that initial call, I'm very thankful and ask them obviously where they, heard of me, and, so I can thank whoever sent them my way. But the biggest thing I need out of the first phone call is I'm going to listen, because the person's calling. They tell me, are you transitioning from a company plan? Are you newly turning 65? Kind of find out where you are in that process, or help you navigate to applying for the first time for that first step. Then I'm going to need, what doctors do you see that you just can't live without? We don't want to just totally shake up your world just because there's one good benefit with a company that your doctor doesn't take. There's no reason to do that. Let's find out what doctors you're seeing, which would you like to maintain. Are you taking any prescriptions? Not all the plans cover all of them, or cover them appropriately. Let's find out, where do you like to get your prescriptions? Do you travel? We need to think of all of those things. I kind of do a needs analysis on all of that first. I go back then and filter through those features that they're most important to you, to, like I said before, to weed out what plans don't apply, whether it be your doctor doesn't take it, or it doesn't have travel benefits, whatever the case may be, that's individual to you. So we come back, then we'll gather again and say, okay, here's what, through weeding out the process, kind of explaining, which options you have to cover the gaps in Medicare. Here's what some recommendations that fit most. We try to fit everything, but we don't always get to fit all of the puzzle pieces, because it is a puzzle. You're taking all of those things and trying to fit it into a Medicare program. Anyway, so we get that. We sit back down and say, here we go. Here are the options that are left. What do you think? Again, you're not stuck with this for life. I try to do my best to get a plan that you're going to be satisfied with for a while, but again, back to that annual review, we're going to look at it every year, because the plan could drop features, doctors could come out of networks, you're just not satisfied, you move, we need to find something in your area, whatever the case may be. So there's a constant, communication going on. So you've got someone that you can, run all of that past. A lot of the challenges these days are people. Prescriptions are a huge one. I know that's one of many, many, many. But what I try to do is work with doctors and facilities and other network partners and people in the senior industry to be available for their clients, because people will go to their pharmacist or go to their doctor and say, how do I get this, or how do I change this plan, or how can I help with my prescriptions, or what are some of the things I can do because I'm on 10 different prescriptions, or things like that. And I try to talk about the preventative side of things too. I mean, I'm not a physician, clearly, but I do like to talk about, some of the things that people can do, and the programs and the plans are really pushing preventative care, gym memberships, eating programs, things like that. So we really try to not just solve a problem by trying to get you a cheaper prescription. Now we do, and we will look at that, and we have a lot of alternative sources that can help people, but we also try to focus on some of the things that can assist outside of the medical field. And the companies, like I said, the different plans that I represent have gotten really interested in mental health, programs to help that. People don't understand that. And in health and fitness that can keep you out of the hospital and keep you from having to worry about the majority of your healthcare costs being drugs. I'm always trying to find out what we can do to continue education through some of my social media outlets. Medicare Houston, we send out health articles. You can subscribe to that. Health articles, anything health related. It doesn't always have to be food or mobility or things like that, but it's always a little blurb a couple of times a month about how to remain focused on healthy things in your life. Well, when I'm not helping people with their health and talking about health all of the time, I am our company out of Dallas is very heavily involved with the Susan G. Komen Foundation for cancer awareness research and other American Cancer Society as well. But breast cancer has been very near and dear to most of the people within my office, whether it be personally or through organizations. So we spend a lot of time advocating for that as well. I'm on the board of directors of a bank here in Houston, have been for over 10 years, and so I like to get to learn with that and helping people with financial education, things like that. Lastly, I'm involved in a lot of groups, but I'm on the judging and scoring committee for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I grew up in a very rodeo-oriented family, and it's so exciting to get to serve and help with the kids' scholarships and things like that as a volunteer. Personally, I'm a big music lover. I love concerts. Obviously, that's on hold at the moment, which makes me sad, but music is a big thing for me from my dance background, and also love to play tennis. So, among other things, but those are probably two of my biggest passions. Most of my family has descended from here. I do have my grandmother on my mother's side is a very strong Italian background, so we're proud of our small bit of Italian roots. But besides that, I really like to focus in this area, because it's friends, families, or friends, or different people that I have come across, whether it be with my grandparents or parents or whatever, that I get to help. And as people age, as myself, we all get to kind of give back and work with people that we know and trust.
Well, folks, that was Daintee Hurst with PRS Insurance Solutions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video with her. I really enjoyed it. I came to know a few things about her today. I'll be back with another guest on my next show, so please keep tuned in, and please subscribe on my YouTube channel.